welcome back to Silverrun Forest Farm. We're in the second half of March and we're just riding with Jake. There's a few chores to do today, but we've got some errands to deal with first. At the end of the last episode, Jake threw a couple more logs that were hanging around in the container on the back here. And so we're that's full, as you can see. So we're just heading down to the container terminal to sell a load of logs, which will top up the bank balance quite nicely. And then we'll drop by the store where we've ordered another container, or we'll pick up another container. And we've got a couple of other things that we need to purchase. We've got to do a little bit of work with our cows. We need to solve for how we're going to make silage. We baled up that grass last time, and next month we're going to get a really good cut of grass off the riding school meadow. So we need to figure out how to make some silage. When we get some silage, we want to be making some TMR. So all in all, a few things that we need to take care of. And then along the way, of course, we've still got some grass to put in around that loading platform that we cleared at the top of the hill. And also some crop to put in that field that we just drove past on our right hand side as we came out, that we haven't got a name for yet. But first things first, let's take care. This container facility is really efficient, so couldn't take but a minute to drive in here, and they whip the container off so fast you hardly even see it. Like I said, there it's gone. $50,000, so that was wonderful. And our environmental score, the work we're doing with precision farming, kicks in another 2,300. So all in all, a pretty efficient way to get rid of the trees as we clear ourselves some space to operate on our land. Looking around up this way, there's some good flat land on the left hand side here that Jake's got his eye on. He needs his operation to improve a little bit and get that loan with the bank a bit better under control, but there's some good prospects on the left hand side to expand the farming operation in the future, so I'm sure that's part of the plan. But in the meantime, let's get down the shop and load up. So here we are in the store. This is the container that is pretty much Jake's standing order. Finds the 6 meter one, works really well, as you saw. $50,000 when he fills it with the right timber at the right length. So that's a good one to have. And in fact, he's using one back at the farm for storing sort of seed and fertilizer and stuff out of the weather while the shed gets built. So that's the container. Then in order to move those bales that we were pushing around with the tractor last time, we need a spike for, not the front loader, for the skid steer loader. So there's kind of two options, and you might actually pursue both of them. So there's a bale spear that goes with this JCB. So let's Let's grab one of those. But there's also a bag handler. We don't need the reclining tips. Might just pick up the bag handler while he's at it. So we'll buy one of those. I think that's all that'll be required here. So the other thing that we need to be looking at is a way to wrap our bales, and what he's pretty keen to do is give one of these a try. That the on-field wrapper solution is a bit expensive, but this extractor looks like it'll work pretty well and can make a chain of bales that we'll put up right beside the cow shed for our silage. And at 34,000, one of these came up, just the one for round bales in a sale, but there's nothing in a sale that we can use at present. Dallas Chalmers is still there. We've got a very similar case. So I think we'll go with one of these. The foil colour. Let's go with the grey foil just to stand out a little bit from the crowd. So we'll buy one of those. And the other thing that he was looking at was it'd be really handy to have a small tractor, and nothing's come up in the sale yet. So potentially what he'd really like is one of these Voltras, I think, at about 85,000. That would be just ideal for a whole bunch of different jobs around the farm, particularly the mowing and pulling the baler and those sort of things. So there are a whole range here that could perform that role. Even the N series Voltra would fit in nicely. So we might just wait and see if we can luck in if something comes up in the sales. Even going a little bit old school and picking up the Bureau, you could do a lot worse than something like that. So we'll see. Now, where are we at? We brought the trailer down with us. And let's try undoing that, because we knew we had the tools to pick up. So let's go and get those on. If we're lucky, we should be able to pick up the bale spike. With the straps, can we? Will it let us do that? Yes, it will. Which means we can then park both of these on the top. And hopefully we can drive the extractor onto the back. Zip up here. Not going to interfere. We might back that off just a little bit until we put the container on. There's tires right out. Which way do you go? Balances on there just nicely while it's empty. Try not to wipe out the locals as we load. They come flying around that corner out of town. Let's just see if we can line this up. Close, yeah, I can understand you tooting, but you could see what I was doing. And that spike is in the way. Get you back out of there. If we line it up properly, it fits just nicely on here. In the right spot. Lovely. That's that job. Now we just got to drive the X-tractor on. Park you around the side here. Not the speediest machine in the lot, but hopefully we've got enough horsepower just to push it up the ramps. And then this will give us all the equipment we need. It's going to just be the right width here. See here, can we put that spike down? And kick it up in a way. Just get up and out of the way. There we go. And that should be enough to fit everything on, hopefully. Just. Secure. Roll those just straps up. Pick the ramps up and away we go. And the camera seems to love the shot inside the container. And we'll just get everything back to the farm and set about planting some grass. Oh, and putting some deciding what crop we're going to put in that field that we ploughed out, the new one. We might also run over with the trailer and pick up those bales that we need to wrap. Just pop out here, I think. So let's get the extractor off. Let's try unstrapping you. Look good. Just wondering if there's enough room up by the barn there to position this. We don't get hooked on the tree here. If not, there's plenty of room on the other side there. We could run down the hill. Or even along here might work. Perhaps that might be the spot. Start over here near the tree and just run along parallel to the road. Might be a good way to do it. So we can unfold you there. That looks like it's kind of got the correct orientation. And let's disconnect you because we don't want to take the truck down. Get you out of the way. Sheep are doing quite, the cows are doing quite nicely here. So 5 months old, a little bit of milk there that we need to deliver a bit later on too. We haven't done the milk delivery for the month. Let's you up a little bit. Grab the ute and let's go get these bales. Shouldn't take more than a minute or two to grab the bales that we need, and then we can get back on with our planting or our seeding. They're just down at the edge of the field we seeded last time. And just on the other side of our barley there. Would be handy if we've got enough time in the day to run a roller over certainly that field. I don't think we'll roll what we've cut on the hillside, but it could be useful to run a roller over the little field down here. Barley is looking good. And this is the grass that we'll, some of the grass that we'll cut next time, so that we can pop the corn in here. It's all good there. We can drop. We'll just use you to pick the bales up, I think. There's a couple of little boats out there plying there. Try to square you up a little. Interesting to see if this little unit will pick up two or whether they'll be too heavy. The weight is fairly well back, but certainly doesn't appear to struggle with one. Three is too many. I don't want the third one. But I can't get rid of it. Still wants to grab it. Let's try and push you out of the way. That should be better. Much, and it's just the right at the maximum. Come on. Just don't want to cooperate. There you go. Can I get you over the lip? There we go. Just a little bit of careful boom management. Very versatile, these slings. Tilt, lift, turn. Up there. Be difficult. It's better. Not ideal, but you're not going very far. Just enough clearance, Clarence. Failed reference to Flying High. That movie name means anything to you. Check your Victor. Vector. Roger. Come on. That's better. Let's see if we can get you up there. That's it. Good. Looks like that spike isn't quite secured on the front. Hopefully it will make it back up the hill to the farm. This truck just doesn't quite like this trailer. The hitch is just too low, I think. But for what we've got to do, it's just getting the job done. We could have gone and got the other TLX. But for now, this will do. We might ultimately look for a fifth wheel trailer that we can use with this pickup just to pull the, just to cart the skid steer and its implements around and make life easier. Various places that we need to use it. For now, this will do fine, and we'll just run back down and grab the the skid steer. And just before we run up the hill, we might actually check the riding school to make sure that the horses are all sorted for oats, hay and straw. I think they will be. While we're down here, it doesn't hurt to run in and check. If you missed the first episode, one of the first things that Paige and Jake did, Paige is a real horsey person, but it sort of goes a bit with her vet training, but they saw an opportunity to pop a horse stable in at the bottom of the hill here, and instead of running horses themselves, open it up to just horses belonging to a range of locals, and offer them a place for them to stay and train. So ultimately they plan to develop that meadow a little bit to sort of expand the whole riding school concept, but for the minute it's actually turned out really well. They've got a full stable, I think. We'll have a look in just a sec. So the stable has the food's at 100%, the water's automatic, the straw's at 95%, and it's making us 1,800 a month. And I can see there that in switching between, I have not put us back onto dollars, miles, Fahrenheit, and acres. Would be so much easier if that setting was unique to a game save rather than one instance of the game. So there's all the horses, and the owners come and ride them and keep them in good condition. There's our hay, so there's still 5,000 litres there. There's a straw bale here. Do we need to push that in? Let's have a look. So we can see all the horses listed here. And the straw bale is not in the trigger by the looks, so let's go and see if we can move that. Just to make sure that that is the trigger here. It's somewhere along this edge, I think. I'm pretty sure that bale that is there is not in the hay trigger, that's for sure. Let's see here. Did that take any of it? It did not. Let's move you out of here, because that's definitely not a hay trigger. Hay trigger is around the end here where that other hay bale is. There, like that on top of that one. And so that'll keep topping. Actually, we'll leave it off to the side here because we overfilled with oats in order to use this as oat storage. We've got plenty of oats sitting around somewhere along here. How much have we got there? Okay, so it's taken a little bit from somewhere. So that will do. And now we'll run up the top. There's a big hole there. Just pop the bag loader here. We'll use the spike to make our silage. Visibility is not tremendous from inside the cab here. Hopefully we'll get close enough to Did I leave that on? I probably did not. Find out in just a second. It's unfolded. There you go, come on. Lovely. Shouldn't take too long to load all of these on. And then our silage will start fermenting, and in sometime next month, with any luck, we'll have plenty of silage for our cows. Although I'm a bit surprised that we've already got them producing milk. I don't actually understand that. Didn't think cows were supposed to produce milk unless they had TMR. And these ones have definitely never been fed TMR, so it's a little bit of a mystery. Not running any mods that should affect our production in any way. So it's not too difficult to, on that one that I had a minute ago, to judge it. When you spike it and tilt, it does seem to slide back down onto the spike, which is handy. And there we go. Let's have a look here. So there's our silage sausage, so to speak. Sort of a square sausage. What have we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So a little over 50,000 litres of silage when it's all done. So that's good. We can turn you off. So that'll work quite nicely. I think we'll leave you there for the moment. We don't need the ute. What we need is to go looking for our tractor and do some seeding. Let's have a look. So we've got this field over here that we haven't put anything in yet. And I guess our choices, maybe we just put corn in it when we do that next time. And just go with putting some grass in here for now to finish off the day. That might be the trick. So we need a tractor, which is just over here. Not too worried about the finesse on this field. It really was just about clearing up the undergrowth that was here and the starting to prep it. We'll use it as a working area for the next little while we sort of see how Jake's experiments with the sugar beet go. There we go. That's where we might leave it for today. Jake's just going to run down the hill and roll the section that we put in last time with the sugar beet, and that will be another good day's progress. So things are starting to pick up. We'll be in harvest season before we know it. We've got some silage or coming along, so we'll be able to beef up the cow feed, so to speak, and start getting our corn sorted next month. But until then, stay safe. Thanks for watching. See ya.